My dear child, today Mommy will tell you a truly beautiful and gentle story. A story without magic or princes, but about a little girl named Judy and the letter she wrote to her daddy Longlegs. Yet, it is those very letters that move people deeply, because within every little line lies a big heart, the heart of gratitude and dreams. Once upon a time, in an old house at the end of a quiet street, there lived a little girl named Lucy. She stayed in an orphanage where every morning sunlight slipped softly through a narrow window, touching the old dusty books on the wooden shelf. Lucy loved to read. While the other children played outside in the yard, she would hide in a corner, open a worn-out book, and whisper the words as if she was speaking to an old friend. That was how she journeyed through her lonely days, by dreaming and building worlds inside her heart. One afternoon, as she was sweeping the courtyard, she noticed a tall, thin man passing by. He wore a wide hat and walked slowly, his long shadow stretching across the ground in the golden light of sunset. The orphanage caretaker whispered, "That's a kind man. He comes here to choose a student to sponsor." Lucy lowered her head, not daring to hope. That night, when everyone was asleep, she heard a gentle voice calling from the doorway. "Little girl, what's your name?" "My name is Lucy, sir." "Do you like studying?" "Yes, very much." The man smiled quietly and left. The next morning, the caretaker announced, "Lucy, you've been given a special scholarship. Someone will support your studies." From that day on, Lucy called her benefactor the long-legged father, because she had only seen his tall shadow under the sunlight, never his face. When Lucy entered college, a brand new world opened before her, bright, bustling, full of laughter and discovery. To express her gratitude, she began writing letters to her mysterious benefactor. "Dear Father, today was my first day at the university. I was a little nervous, but also excited. I promise to study hard and make you proud." She mailed the letter and from then on wrote every month. She told him about rainy days and cheerful roommates, about how she read Shakespeare for the first time, and how her heart ached for poor Ophelia. There were never any replies, but Lucy kept writing because deep inside she knew that somewhere out there someone was quietly reading her words with a smile. Time passed and Lucy grew into a graceful young woman. She loved studying, loved reading, and especially loved those calm afternoons spent beneath a tree, writing poetry. One day, she joined a writing contest, and to her surprise, she won. In her next letter, she wrote, "Dear Father, maybe it's because of the books you gave me, but I've learned how to dream. Now I want to write stories for others like me, so they'll believe that there's always a light somewhere, even in the darkest night." The orphan girl who once needed kindness was now planting hope in the hearts of others. just as her long-legged father once did for her. One winter night, Lucy sat by her window and wrote a letter she never mailed. Her heart was full, part gratitude, part tenderness, part quiet wonder for the man who had helped her in silence, asking for nothing in return. Dear Father, if I could ever meet you, I would simply say thank you for believing in me even when I didn't yet believe in myself. When Lucy graduated, she didn't choose a luxurious life. Instead, she returned to the orphanage, the place where her story began. There, she opened a small classroom for poor children, teaching them how to read and dream. Every morning, she told them stories about a tall, kind man with long legs and a heart full of light. The children laughed, thinking it was just a fairy tale, but Lucy knew it was the most beautiful truth in her life. Then one sunny morning, a letter arrived at her little school. It contained only one line. Thank you, Lucy. Now you are the one who sows hope for other blossoms. There was no signature, but Lucy knew. And when the wind blew softly through the garden, she felt as though his long shadow was there again, walking slowly, gently, under the golden sun. My dear little one, the story of Lucy and her long-legged father teaches us something precious, that even the smallest act of kindness can create miracles. Sometimes, all it takes is one spark of faith for a lonely seed to bloom into a shining flower. So when you grow up and meet someone who needs a little help, just smile and reach out your hand, because maybe in your eyes they will find the very light they've been searching for. Stay with us for more stories that warm your heart. Like and subscribe.